Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. All the kitties are out here. I'm just looking at my flowers. Got a sunny day. It's cleared up. It's dried up. I would say we're going to have normal winter temperatures today. Hi, did you get confused and have to leave your bowl for a minute? Hi, buddy. Don and I will be going for a walk here in a bit. I let him have a sip of my vanilla coffee this morning. He said it tasted like ice cream. That monk fruit is pretty sweet. Good morning, buddy. Hi. Hello. I just saw Stripe run from the bottom of the stairs. He was actually trying to play with Panther through the front porch this morning. He rolled over and was putting his feet up at the glass. Stripe was. Panther ain't gonna go for that, but Panther didn't look upset about it. He gets the whole "you're on the other side of the door" thing. Enjoy it, buddy. Yep, another gorgeous day. Not seeing too many signs of leaf buds yet. That's a gray vulture there that just went through the yard, not a hawk. They have very wispy wingtips, and just the whole shape of their wingspan is different. Well, here's to a gorgeous Carolina day. We really are moving out of the chance of any significant snowfall dwindling once we move past the second week in February. We can still see, a ground covering, but normally if we have inches and inches, 6-inch snowfall, it would be before now. It tapers off the snow chance pretty quick.
What you got there?
And HTSA, this is what I think of your Tesla change the size of 4 icons recall.
Oh, goodness.
Waste of money to send me this piece of paper for my software update that was already communicated to me in my car very clearly what was happening, extremely clearly. Don't like the use of the word recall. All it did was tell the media to go say that basically every Tesla car on the road was recalled, just so they could have their big day. I want them penalized for lowering the stock over the nothingness that was this recall. They worry about what Elon says. I don't care what Elon says. At least it's his company, his stock, his lifeblood when he says thing. But the media and the SEC and these judges and these other people, they just do it for sport, in my opinion. So I want it to stop. I want it to stop now. Yeah, so you, more seriously though, you were reading Mike over at Tesla Cyber Owners.
He makes it, he just said, it's a little bit, everybody's upset about the word use of recall. Okay, I don't get triggered by it, especially on the case of Tesla. I would think, though, in today's world, we probably need to, especially with the app, you send a notification to the app, acknowledge this. I mean, all the time I'm doing confirmation. Are you a person? And so why waste all the resources to send a mail? But of course, I guess the NTSB is worrying about, the postal worker union jobs that deliver that, because that is first-class mail.
Right. Well, I would like to point out it's also glossy paper, and the paper, it's very expensive mailing. Yeah.
Well, there's probably specs on what, how.
Right, and it's got certain stuff on the outside that says how official and important it is and stuff. Well, look, if it's life or death, like my car could catch on fire. We've had some of those recalls from other automakers. My brakes might not work to stop my car. Stuff like that. I get it. That's super important. Like, I need to be warned from 3 different ways so that I don't gloss over the fact that my car needs to go in for some service. But not this. This is not that. So I want a differentiation, and I am triggered by the use of the word recall.
Right. Well, yeah, all the I totally understand, sweetie. Hopefully, the electronic access to the car, that the government won't require Tesla to send out a push notification to disable the car. Wherever the car is, it doesn't move anymore until it's fixed.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, well, we don't want that. That would be a stretch on what I just said, but yeah.
well, I mean, that's the end game, right? Because that's the whole point
Well,
about.
I don't know that that's the end game, but I understand your concern.
Yeah. Well, and besides that, there's much easier ways to handle and save the post office, increase revenues and all that stuff. All they need to do, I've said this I'm serious, for 25 years. I'll pay you $10 a month of postal service not to deliver bulk rate mail. If it isn't got a stamp, first class stamp on it, don't put it in my mailbox. And that would help them. Everybody who sends all this bulk crap would basically quit sending them, and then the only thing they'd have to deliver is real first class mail.
Yeah, Don's very lucky because typically, although he may go retrieve the mail, I sort the mail, dispose of it properly, which is the biggest part of it, scan the things that we want to see for in the future with our scanner and stuff like that. He doesn't even know the half of it about the crap that comes into the house.
Enough. And the other thing I always thought would be good, how come I can't put a fee like $9.95 per minute to talk to me on my phone? So if you call me and I answer the phone, it costs you $10. How come I don't have that option?
Right, his poor wife goes around with her phone silenced. The little button on the side of my phone, which I would tell Apple is very important. They're starting not to do it anymore, I guess, on the latest phone, because I can't afford to have I can't, there's no way to it's just I can't keep the dings from happening that I don't want. My life would be nothing but babysitting dings on my phone. So, yeah. Well, I have mine set now that if they're not in my contacts, that it doesn't ring.
Yeah. I think I've got similar to that.
You from Google have something that says, I know this is right.
Yeah,
call screening works a little different on Google than Apple, but it's similar. I've got that hooked up and you've got that hooked up, and still, because they figured out how to use local phone numbers or something. Well, when they figured out how to use the local 919552,
right,
that's when I had to go to, if you're not in my contacts, it just doesn't ring.
We used to, if it wasn't that's right,
local number, we knew not to pick it up, but now they figured out how to use local numbers, and that nice technique went away. All right, well, we're digressing from the recall, but you guys get the gist. That's what I think about the recall, and Don's not quite there with me, but he's not too far behind.
Oh, I think, but I'm used to the government wasting time, money, resources. That's the purpose.
Right. Well, I think it's not just wasting resources, but in the case of Tesla, I think it's the government and the media, it's signaling.
They want to make sure they destroy an American company.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what the American government, that's what they want.
Yep. And now look, before you leave me a comment, I totally understand that if there's a rule about icon sizes that Tesla needs to handle it, no problem with that. That's fine. But a recall of every car and a major stink is not the right way. As a matter of fact, when a new automobile manufacturer is coming online, there should be really clear guidelines. There should be during the safety rating, the 5-star safety rating. Maybe that's when they review the software, so somebody can go in there with the micrometer and make sure those icon fonts are the right size. There's other ways to ensure that everyone is, because we got BYD and these other new manufacturers coming into the US, and they need to clearly know what all these things need to be too. Because I've been driving my car since 2017, and those icons apparently have been the wrong size the whole entire time. And so, it's the way that they did it is not the way they should have done it. And if Tesla had trouble keeping up with every regulation and getting it just right, there's chances of these other manufacturers coming to the US and having the same problem. I get it. GM, Ford, Chrysler, Buick, Volvo, Volkswagen, some of these other people that have been selling cars here for a long time, they know. But maybe the fault was not on Tesla for not following it. Maybe the fault was for the government not conveying it properly. Who knows? I'm making Don practice his tweeting skills. And if you don't follow Don on Twitter, he's at Don_NC. And I let him open his mouth a little more over there than I do sometimes on the channel. So you might see some more opinionated Dawn on Twitter. Hi. Good morning. Hi. Hi, sweetie pea. It's not too bad out here at all today. I guess the wind or no wind, lack thereof, makes all the difference, but the sun's making its way down into the woods because we're not all leafed out yet, and the wind's not too bad, and the cold's, it's, you know, it's a little brisk, but it's nice out here. I have not seen the bluebirds, but I can hear them this morning. They make kind of this distinctive chortling noise. That's what I call their call. I don't know what other people call it. And I hear them. Definitely hear them. I always like this S-curve here. Well, it's downhill for walking, so it sure beats the walk into the park where it's all uphill. And I don't know, it's just kind of pretty. Meanders in and out. We're meandering. So we got in the car, and I don't want to get out and scare him, but the bluebird is on top of the back of the box. Yeah. That's a good sign. There's your Valentine's Day present. Nothing like the UPS driver delivered it just on time.
Yeah, wow, Home Depot got a battery in it.
Home Depot, and it's got a battery.
Yeah, way cool.
I'll let you carry it in. I don't think it's very heavy though.
Okay.
Even with the battery. It's not one of those batteries. We're going to blame this gift on one of our friends.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, it'll be obvious to you at least after you open it.
It comes from Home Depot, so it probably means it's something I'm going to have to work.
Paper. Ooh, pretty brown paper.
What's this? A drill? Way cool. The wall. Wow, nice bag. Wow.
Paper.
More instructions. A battery charger. Very nice battery charger. Oh, that's right. This is all Andy's fault. Yes, this is all Andy's fault. Let's see, how does this work? It rotates around.
It's picture on top. Well, you ain't got your glasses on.
I don't have my glasses on.
You'll have to get it. But that one goes straight or angled. It's gyroscopic.
Yeah. This is sort of like a really good little indoor thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Or a tight places thing.
Yes.
Or you don't want to carry a heavy thing up on the ladder thing.
Let me get my glasses.
It's got uses. One little tiny thing over here in the drawer that I got you to go along with it too that came a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It says, oh, this says unlock.
Other side, push from the other side. Yeah.
There it goes. Yeah.
I think it's one of those, it goes from side to side.
Oh, either side. You can push either side.
Okay.
All right, so you just, that's all there is to it. So it can go straight. Lets you get in places, and then if you want to angle it, of course it takes two hands to do it. And then you can do it. Very cool.
One guy recommended these. It's to magnetize all of the stuff.
Oh!
He said
nice is that?
He said that screwdriver with that attachment is it really ups the value add. I was reading the comments on it, and I thought, well, those are cheap, so let me get them.
Oh, it's got a little tool thing or something. Holds a bit holder, I think, here.
Okay.
Now look at what the bits. Give me a bit. I got no bit.
It was such a good deal. I didn't worry about the fact that they only sold it with the battery and the charger, but that's a different battery than anything else, right?
Because,
yeah, that's 8-volt instead of 12-volt or something, whatever the other. It looked like a different. I know what your DeWalt batteries look like, and that wasn't it. So it has its own little charger. It has the light too. We really like the light. Don't buy a drill without a light.
Yeah, the battery's pretty dead.
Yeah, it does not sound powerful. You'll have to charge it. Happy Happy Valentine's
Thank
Day,
you,
so you
sweetie.
can do more projects.
Oh yeah, well, that's always a good thing.
We watched a video of our friend Andy, and he was using this in the video.
Yeah.
He was messing with cameras on the side of the house and up on the ladder, and Don was like, wow, I like that. And I was like, well, I can fix that. I can get Don one. Yep, you did. Well, see, I paid attention. I love you big time, and I want everybody to know that you just let me go buy what Legos I want, and that pretty much counts. And I like real flowers like that Helleborus we bought at Home Depot that I've enjoyed for 6 weeks now. I mean, it's been a long time, still looking good. I mean, all girls like roses, but really, honestly, I'd rather have a maple tree or a plant for my yard.
That's right.
And Don buys them and digs them. It might not be on Valentine's Day, but any day of the year that it seems right. And I guess we technically will call the Chinese restaurant and the noodle shop stuff, that Lego, the most recent Lego, the one that counts for Valentine's Day. I wouldn't want to go back too far. I do still...
Happy Valentine's Day, sweetheart.
Thank you, Donnie. I do still have one floral kit up in the attic to put together. So technically, if I wanted to build some flowers today, I could. Yeah. I could do that.
Well, I normally make her a card, but it's just the bandwidth this week is I've run out of time.
And I have to be sort of gone.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to be kind of gone. So okay, so you got the holder attached the right way, and you got a couple of bits, and you got that magnet guide up there.
And this 1/4 inch is something I use all the time, and this is very helpful. And I got a 5/16 Phillips. Very rarely do I use straight blade, so I chose to put. And I had these, so I figured I'd put them on here because I've got a single one that does both 5/16 and 1/4 inch for my normal other drill. But I don't have a fancy little bit holder. This little bit holder is very handy.
Good.
I'm liking that.
Good. And A is going off because we didn't want to. We're reheating Don's coffee, and we don't trust ourselves not to forget about it. So.
Well, the only other thing I would like to have, I don't mean anything, just where we, like stick it on.
Right, a thing to put it someplace so it's always not lost.
I'm trying to keep this one like here inside the house,
right,
instead of having to run to the garage and grab.
Right.
That's what I'm planning.
Wow, these cars in front of me up here, they just hit each other. I heard the snap. How could you even not be paying attention? Then this person's turning around. Then somebody came up behind me to cheat to turn in. Whatever happened up there, I heard it, and they have hit enough that there was going to be some damage. I heard it. I don't know how coming up here you do that, but so I went out for about 45 minutes and I did Enamorous raids, Pokemon Go raids. It was local only, so you had to meet people at the park. And I was talking with a dad about power functions and Legos and robots and coding. She thinks the speed limit's only 25 until she saw this sign. Coming out of the park, she was confused. I wasn't really speeding. I was like, why is she dinging at me so much? Anyway, I was talking Legos and coding and robots and power functions the entire time I was raiding with one of the dads who is into that with his kid. So that was really fun. You know, I can really talk your ear off about Lego robotics. Yeah. Stop, Ruby, stop. Okay, I guess I'm all fired up from tapping on my phone. I did 2 raids, and Bama Boy, Wally, and Photo Mom have him. Bama Boy has 2. There's 2 more raids that hatch at 6 and at 6 p.m. at Carol Howard Johnson and at South Park, so I may go back. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, you have to figure out the wrist flick. You either love it or you hate it.
I can get used to it.
Yeah. Well, you figured it out on your own. I think you have the ability to.
Pretty sweet.
I'm glad you like your gift.
Yeah,
that makes me smile.
Yeah, well, you done well.
I have a small project, something that I've been saving up to do. Valentine's Day seems like a good day. I'm going to make a Lego vase. This will hold, it'll hold a cat trying to nudge my camera while I'm filming. Oh, my assistants. I love my assistants. I do love them. I do. Although rubbing your chin up against my camera while I'm filming is not at the top of my list. Here, let me give you a hand, and then that keeps you from my camera. So anyway, as I was saying, I want to build the vase. It's not a lot of parts. It is a lot of repetition, which will make it go quick. I thought it would be a great project for Valentine's Day. I know that I have friends that are interested in Lego florals and might like this vase. It's not expensive to order the parts from Bricklink. And the nice thing about it is you can do the flowers in like any color you really like. And the designer has 3 different colors. One of them I think is oranges and yellows, and the other one might be greens and blues, or blues and purples. So anyway, yeah, let's build it. I want to build the vase. I want to finish the jazz club and put it in the curio cabinet. I got to add a couple of tables and a trash dumpster to the back side of it, and put some minifigures on it. I want to start on the Chinese restaurant noodle shop thing really bad, and there's also a carousel that I want to build. So, like, you know, if I just could do all of that at once, that would be really good. But since it's Valentine's Day, I'm going to do the flower thing first. I don't know what Lego calls this part, but I call it a wagon wheel, or it's an octagon shape, I guess. It's often used in the floral arrangements because the C-clamps have 8 different spots to attach to around the outer edge. And in this case, it's going to help hold on all the sides of the vase. So I guess the vase must be going to have 8 different pieces I'm going to build that go up from there. Well, there it is with one lotus flower inside. I guess the original color, this down here, was supposed to match that. But that's what I've got, and I don't think the graduated color change looks bad. These I had put together last year, and I shortened the stem and stuck it into the one axle holder crosshairs piece. And of course I could fill it in or whatever, but it's looking pretty good. Just took longer than I thought. That's all. Just took longer than I thought.
For Valentine's.
Yeah, well, Valentine's Day, you got to do a Valentine's Day build. That's just how it is.
I agree 100%.
Tonight is little neck clams, and easy to fix and yummy to eat. That gonna work for you, Donnie?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I was out at 6 p.m. to do the Enamorous raid at South Park in the environmental park. I have one to trade to Michelle. These in-person ones are hard for her where she is out in Willow Spring. And yeah, I've got extra to give her. I met some really nice new people. A father out with his 3 kids. 2 of the kids were playing, plus him. He was really into it. And several other people. It's mostly the older crowd, and you know, parents with kids that haven't decided not to play anymore yet. So, but it was fun. I met some nice new people. We did the Pokemon friend thing, and that's all good. Let me stop and get the mail. Oh, and I do have autopilot and no error messages, if you were wondering. So I added a whole bunch of minifigures. This couple is headed inside the club, and police officers patrolling the street. This guy's enjoying some pizza on the sidewalk. There's the pizza delivery guy. This gentleman's headed inside for takeout pizza. This lady's up here with her cat working the greenhouse. And I did add 3 patrons sitting in the chairs down here in the jazz club watching the show. And I did another table and chairs here on the back side. And added some containers and the guy that's, you know, working back here. So I'm happy it's got people now. Well, there's the jazz club next to the, I want to say, colonial townhome, the double enhanced townhome that came with the Birch bookstore set. It's unfortunate that the post is here, and I could move it over to the side so that it could be seen without the post in front of the jazz club sign. But then the next building would just have to deal with the post, and they line up and look really good. They do look really good side by side.